Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. Got the check engine light on, so you know that means we're about to do something here. So finally got everything back in order here. Got the garage all cleaned up. It got a little bit messy there with the holidays. But one thing that I just came in the mail here is some replacement pieces for the flooring. I did end up damaging a little bit of the flooring when I was using my jack stands to work on the car. Got a spot over here for whenever I get some quick jacks. Eventually, that's the hope. But you can't really tell from here, but when you turn the lights off and you just have the cast off from there, you can see some of the imperfections in like the dents that were left behind. There's one right there as well. So what we're going to be doing here today is we're just going to be pulling those individual pieces up. I'm going to mark them with a white marker so you know which ones, because like I said, you can't really tell from here, but I did notice I damaged them. They sent me some replacements. I'll do a post and give a link to them. Really great company. And yeah, just go ahead and go from there. I'm just using one of these cool pens here and just give it a good shake. It's fine. And just going to be looking for the ones. Obviously there's that one with the big dent there, so I'll go ahead and mark this one needs to be replaced. See where the others are. See the other one back over here. You can see the dent in there. So there's a dent here, and then there is that one that we saw earlier, which is right here. The other one will be further down. So it's just mainly 4 spots. Whenever I use the jack itself, the pressure on there is actually distributed, so it doesn't actually make any kind of indentation that I've noticed. And yeah, so now we've marked them off. So you got a little white spot here where I marked there, and over there. And so what I can do is just grab one of my jacks here, I can kind of put where it was, and then I can see all that was impacted. So it looks like this one is just on one main solid piece. So that means this will be easy just to lift this one out. This one right here, looks like he was also on the edge. So this is one solid piece to lift out. So it might just be 4 pieces. Some of them were on corners. See, this one branches over 2, so this is going to be this piece and this piece to be replaced. A lot of hair on this floor, surprisingly. I swear, it's always cat hair. When you have cats or dogs, just get hair everywhere. Alright, let's go ahead and lift those out. So some of the audio went out whenever I was recording this, just due to the garage door being open, traffic going by and whatnot. But as you can see here, I'm just working away from the front of the garage inward and just selecting the identified pieces that need to be replaced. That one right there, just went ahead and got a new one. I'm matching up the sides so that way everything clicks in correctly, and just testing out the new one and seeing how it fits, as this is the first time I'm having to replace any of the boards. And then here I'm just also looking up at seeing where this particular one landed right on the seam, so actually had to replace both of these ones for a total of 3 pieces in this section. So here, just getting the other 2 and using a soft-sided hammer, just go ahead and get those together and just slide these pieces in. These pieces are actually really easy to put together. They fit a lot like Legos. The thing is, it gets a little bit of a tight fit just because the whole floor is already pre-assembled, but it is not hard to do. It just takes a little bit of time and a little patience, and you could just hammer all this back out. And as you can see, it was just that easy just to get this section done, and so I moved on to the next one. Let's go ahead and break those pieces up there and set them aside. And again, working from the garage door going inward, I went all the way up to the actual pieces that need to be replaced. And lessons learned from the previous one, just identify those, go a little bit past it, and then just able to break them off and take it all out in one sheet. Then from there, I got 3 new pieces, just looking to make sure if any of the pieces can be reused. And on this particular one, I identified the middle one was able to be replaced. And so I just reused that one and added 2 new ones onto the ends and just slid it back in for a snug fit. Once I got all those edges done there, just hammer it out, make sure everything is nice and smooth, and then just continue on to the front of the garage again. Damaged pieces replaced, and these are recyclable, so you can just throw those out if you want, or keep them for like anything else, like say you have something you're working on that's heavy, you need to sit it on. Again here, just audio issues. I'll be working on doing better with that going forward in the future with a mic. But just cleaning up everything, putting the jack stands away, and putting the remaining pieces up into the attic storage that I was able to put in whenever I did the whole garage remodel. And so I do get a few questions about the attic storage. And so this is just a nice visual to show you where the ladder is located, how it functions, and how the hexagon lights and everything coordinate with it, so that way it looks seamless whenever it's done. And so just me here just kind of talking to the camera, saying I'm putting these up in the attic and additional pieces that I may put out if whenever a second car is put into the garage. And here I am just finishing up, getting some last minute things done, turning off the attic light, and closing her up. I love how light and foldable the door is. Just need to figure out another way to access that rope, because it does break easily, as it did there. And now I got that out of the way, just this last little piece that I have aside for another project idea I have. And then we'll be ready to bring the car in. Alright, so that's it for this video. Just a nice little floor update. Let me get myself in focus here. These lights are bright. But anyway, so stay tuned for the channel. There's going to be some new updates coming. I have a new shift knob coming in. I have a new CVT knockout that I'm going to be installing from Billetworkz. And I also have some extra stuff I'm going to be doing with the roof box. There's some project ideas I have in my head, and I wanted to try to execute them as best I can. So I took advantage of some Black Friday, Christmas Day sales. And so we're going to see if we can get that dialed in there. I still need to actually update my shocks in the rear on my HKS coilovers. So if any of you guys know where I can actually get those shocks at, these ones are completely shot. Gotta love the potholes in LA. But yeah, just let me know and comment below, and yeah, stay tuned for the next video. All right, stay tuned.